On to episode 8. Episode 8.
At least Bantick's wrapped up the day after he got sunburnt last week. He's learned, hasn't he?
Episode 8. We're doing. We wanted to talk about notable grounds. So look, we've, been, the way that tell us about how the league's structured first, because I think anyone who doesn't understand non-league won't understand that we don't play the same teams every single year. So tell us about that.
And basically, at the moment, the league seem to want to put as many East Anglian teams in with us as possible, which, fair enough, but is there going to come a time when we're the most southern, we'll have to go in the South East League? I don't know.
Hopefully, that'd be lovely.
It'd be nice to have a change up, because we've got clubs 20 miles away we don't play, and then we've got teams 2 or 3 hours away that we do play, which is
on a Tuesday generally. Isn't it?
we usually get on cup dates, which fair enough, don't affect us usually, but they might still be in the cup, and we have to rearrange it for midweek.
What's this cup you speak of?
Yeah.
Wow, it's something you drink out of.
So basically, due to the pyramid, we have to. The league will fluctuate geographically each season, depending on who's come up and who's gone down.
2 go up, 4 go down.
Yeah.
And then it's possible for geographical movement sideways as well across the leagues, like Wolf maybe come across.
So what I'm getting at is that you've got lots of different grounds that you've been to, and again, as you go up and down the leagues, it fluctuates. But tell me about some of the notable grounds that you've been to.
With this structure change, it's only been like this sort of last 10 years or so. It used to be quite rigid, like almost the M25 league. I say obviously that was prior to us going to the National League. It was like you always teams in and around the M25, and then I think you had like Tame got added from Oxfordshire, Abingdon, but there was no. I can't remember any farmer clubs being in it then.
Nah, that's and the grounds have got a lot smaller. I know we're lower down, but there is another one, I suppose. Galston play at Great Yarmouth.
Yep.
Oldie stand, still in use.
Yep.
I don't think you smoke in there. I think it's made of wood and all that sort of stuff. Running track, so but it's not too bad. I mean, there's not a lot of people that block your view.
Apart from side.
Yeah, apart from side, it'd be like 40 people in the ground. I'll be behind side.
But I think some of them, like the older grounds, from way back in the day, like going to Enfield's old Southbury Road.
Now a cinema,
but it was a proper non-league ground. I think Saracens rugby played there for a
stand on each side.
Yeah, what made it a non-league ground then?
Because it had obviously
the big grandstand, but a bit like this one at Tilbury. This is a staple for non-league.
Yeah.
Non-leagues, one big grandstand,
and then it had just 3 massive terraces with a roof around each side.
Yeah.
And so they get the crowds in. One, they used to win, but obviously it didn't matter about the weather because you always had cover stands.
But noise, they used to make good noise as well, didn't they, Enfield fans?
And it was nice and close as well for us, especially in them days. It was close. Wasn't it?
Always a trip to Aldershot was always good as well. A proper it's a football league ground.
It was actually even in the not conference day, so even in this league, like the Isthmian League, they'll sort of semi-segregate you.
On the East Bank, East Bank, the noise from there.
Big fence down the middle, and it had like a arched roof like that, and it used to echo. But the weird thing is, it's built inside of a park. So one end, they've got seats there now, but one end was just the high street. Then they had 2 traditional football league stands, and behind the goal was a massive split terrace between 2 sets of fans. And you had to walk through the park to get there.
When we was in the Isthmian League, they used to be able to just walk through. And then I think when we played the National League, it's segregated fully. You have to go through the woods.
We sort of become mates with some of their fans, and we sort of managed to get you get a beer under the stand, and they let you in. If your stewards are pretty chilled, if you know this bloke, they'll let you through and stuff.
Yeah.
A good club. They're a good. A lot of clubs don't like them.
Yeah, but I'm glad
they're a little bit arrogant, don't they? But they're not Aldershot, definitely.
I'm glad they got to Wembley. So they've got loads of great fans there.
Yeah.
So.
It's cool.
Obviously, a Phoenix club as well. From the Ashes, but we're obviously not a Phoenix club, but we're quite close to that, aren't we? Really. Good luck to them. Hopefully, they win.
Yeah. What else can you think of? Other notable grounds?
Leatherhead. Trip to Leatherhead.
Oh, Leatherhead, yeah. Because if it rained 4 days before the game, then there's a chance it could be flooded by the time you got there because it's right on the river. So and there's just be like one goal mouth would be underwater all the time. Yeah. But I think we played a game there. The clubhouse was all covered in mud where it had been flooded the week before. Yeah. One of the stands, I think it's the old stand where the side bit is, was still underwater.
So that was closed, wasn't it?
But they played it with the other 3 sides of the grounds just to get games on that. In them days, they're sort of more willing to get the games on.
Yeah. Chertsey used to be nice, going to Allwyn's Lane.
Yeah.
That's,
but it was down a really narrow road, and I remember the coach drove down there, and our players had to get out and bump a car out of the way because the coach couldn't fit between the two cars parked.
They knocked on a few doors.
Yeah, but no one answered. So
we
like,
just
oh,
bumped it.
stop bumping the cars. The players were bouncing the bonnet.
I think that was Billy Goldstone.
Basically, it's Billy Goldstone, yeah.
And that was the day John Ray scored the header that was mentioned that might appear in another episode.
Yeah. Like sort of 40-odd yard header. A bit like Steve Robinson did
Yeah.
against Enfield.
And then obviously when you start going National League, like it's a nice away day.
Yeah, but one I don't like was Mansfield.
Yeah.
So I got thrown out the ground for standing up, even though there was like 2,000 seats stand. There was about 40 of us in there, or two. I don't know, the FA Cup's 200, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But when we played in the league, I got thrown out for standing up.
I almost got ejected in the FA Cup for standing up to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to stand up, mate. Get up to go to the toilet.
They threw me out the ground and said, no, you're banned for standing, but you can go in our clubhouse and have a beer if you want. It's like, oh, so you still want my money then?
They're weird. I'll tell you, they're as weird as Rushden were like that as well.
Yeah, just throw people out.
Like,
I don't think it's because it's Football League rules in the conference, but yeah.
I always used to have this theory of like, if we played a team knows Jobsworth, we should just like make them stand uncovered when it's raining.
Yeah,
Like,
right. When we used to have segregation, give them that little bit at the corner that Canby had at that time.
Hereford, that was another good trip. The 57, Hereford 57.
Yeah, and you could like, the ground looked like a multi-storey car park, like the side we're in. It was
Yeah.
like just concrete block stands.
Yeah, it was weird. It was a weird. The away end was just weird. It's like just underneath the main stand.
Yeah, on the side bit, on it,
Yeah.
because obviously we don't take enough to open the
I'm
other end.
trying to think how I can explain it.
The
A
cap
bit like
mark
if this stand had an underneath,
yeah.
it would be that.
So where, like, if you imagine Tilbury's grandstand, you're in the changing rooms watching the game.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, 'cause it was a double tier one, but the top tier was in line with like the touchline. So
But you had metal posts in your way.
yeah, concrete blocks. It did just look like somebody like a multi-storey car park from the 60s.
Like, get in there. That's
But like
what
the cattle market was still there, absolutely stunk of like
yeah,
manure.
it's-
But it's what made the town famous, isn't it? It's things like balls and cider.
Yeah,
and-
away grades. Like, I've been to so many.
I tell you, I like what they've done at Billericay.
Yes.
That's lovely now. It's still near the town centre. We went, didn't we, over Christmas time? Well, me and Si, we went when one of our games was off. 4G pitch, town centre. You can get beer anywhere in the ground, so there's no shortage of opportunities to like part with your money, which is what the clubs thrive on, isn't it? I mean, if you have to queue up, someone might get fed up. I suppose it helps if they've got volunteers.
Prior to their
there.
development, they had the two nice stands behind the goal, metal stands, so the floor was metal, so you
Used to
could
shake.
make a good noise just on the floor.
Nice.
Yeah, that very echo. Billericay was good.
I used to like Forest Green's new ground, to be fair. I know a lot of people don't like it.
Yeah, we went there the first season it opened, didn't we?
I can't remember that, but yeah, it's like
When the
Forest-
floodlights went off.
Yeah, and they still
No, we went to their old ground. I think no, we've been to both. We would have been our old
I do
ground.
like the new ground. So they're going to move
Yeah.
again, but I don't know why. There's nothing wrong with that ground. Don't know why they want to move.
Ecosystem and plant burgers. Everything's green.
It tasted of meat anyway.
Yeah, probably was.
Yeah.
Dagenham, I didn't mind going.
Dagenham's nice ground. South, obviously Roots Hall for the Essex Cup games.
Yeah.
Dagenham's one of them. It's a classic non-league, top tier non-league
Yeah.
Yeah,
ground.
it's good enough for Football League, but it is a non-league ground,
That's it, yeah.
if that makes sense.
And look, don't get us wrong.
We'd
we
like
would
their
love,
love for it.
we'd
Yeah.
love any of this, but so there's no disrespect at all. But it's got that feel to it. Everything's covered. You can see the pitch from everywhere, but it is literally like 1-2 level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing more than that. With enough space.
I'll tell you what one for like good grounds, Oxford, when they was in
Yeah.
it. Oxford is
Oxford.
proper foot. It's a championship ground now,
Yeah,
and it's not changed. It's still
still the same as the conference
Yeah.
days.
Weird ground for me, I have to say. Hornchurch.
Yeah,
It's a lovely place within the community. It's right on the walk up, but it's an athletic stadium
Yeah.
for me. It's
But
not
it's
a
only
football
6
ground.
lanes. It's only 6 lanes.
Yeah.
It's only 6 lanes. It's like that extra couple of foot closer to the pitch.
It's weird because they ain't called a lot of teams like Chelmsford, Enfield, and that. They've got the roll-on terraces that they put behind the goal to make it. Although it's still athletics, but you get that behind the goal extra feel. And I'm surprised Hornchurch haven't gotten onto that yet.
It just amazes me that there's a hammer cage by the corner flag. Like it mind boggles. And you've got to walk around to get behind the goal.
I think you get your steps in. Get your steps in.
I mean, I'd like to see subs having a little go on a long jump and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a steeplechase hurdle there, mate. Knock yourself out.
Yeah, have a go, lads. Little,
But what they have done is they've quite nicely redeveloped the top bar bit.
Yeah.
So they've got that nice outside
It's a
seating
nice view
area.
as well, and it's
got
got
it.
looking the pitch.
Yeah. So there's things and there's ways.
But
This is another place. This has got character in it.
It's Tilbury.
Chatfield's has got character. You shouldn't knock it. It's,
I mean,
this is a non-league ground. This is a lower level non-league ground, and it shouldn't be knocked.
but it's got everything you need. It's got bar. It's got covered terracing, 2 stands that are covered seating.
Yeah. The only thing I
Food's
always,
quite nice, to be fair.
the only thing I always think about this ground is this end here. I'd put a roof on. The Chadwell end. Put a roof on the terrace.
Yeah.
It would have been lovely.
Behind the goal, I do miss being behind the goal.
Yeah. Bury as well. Bury's another one. Nice little ground.
Yeah, I
A
like
lot of
Bury's
work on
ground.
it.
Yeah, right within the heart of town, and
That'd be good when they finally go up, to be fair. So,
Yeah.
Bury will go up
if
one
they
day.
can.
Bury will go up one day. They're not going to choke every year.
Yeah, I'll tell you, other places like you've got some that you like going to. Then you've got the other like soulless places like Malden. I mean, it's like a circus, and it's even worse now. And I'll tell you what I noticed about it.
It's always windy and cold, even when it's sunny.
Yeah, I instantly thought about Malden the other day. I was out doing a run training for the marathon, and I run past the circus.
Drop that in there.
I run past the circus at Blackshots, and instantly I thought Malden have moved to Blackshots. Amazing. But it's one of them places, mate. There's just nothing about it.
yeah.
Like you go there, you're like,
Used to think that about Stowmarket.
yeah.
Yeah.
Although the people stone, I like the people stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're nice people,
Yeah.
but the ground, you know.
Yeah.
Coggeshall was another
But that's
one.
the thing with this.
But I
league,
liked
innit?
it. I liked Coggeshall
Yeah,
because
the
you had
ground's
that grass.
nice,
You had
yeah.
that nice grass bank.
And the
Take
old
your
ladies,
family for a picnic.
the old ladies knocking out the
Sausage
fresh
rolls.
pies and all that.
Oh.
They're talking grass bench. You've got to have Lewis, haven't you, in the ground conversation?
Oh, dripping pan.
Mm.
Got beach huts now, haven't they?
Yeah,
It's the
beach,
VIP
corporate
boxes.
beach huts, but what a great idea.
Good.
And it's just, yeah. He's still got,
Sponsored by Lywood Scott as well.
yeah,
That in there.
he's sealed the reels and it looks really good. He's like,
And look, I'm going to put a shameless plug in here.
Go
You
on.
know, when we go to Ship Lane, you know, that is a bit like here. It's an old school, non-league ground, and
it's
look,
got cover on all 4 sides. Well, assuming it's all still standing.
undercover, all 4 sides, terraced, seated bank, you know, in the grandstand, lovely. And look, we're going to be there. We're going to be there in a couple of seasons. Join us. Come along, come down, come and have a look. If you're a ground hopper and you like to go to all these grounds, come and have a look. Get involved. Sign up. Get yourself a membership. Wonderful. Well, that's my shameless. That's my shameless.
He wants to come on.
If only you could turn the camera around now and see what we're seeing outside.
This guy's
There-
desperate.
there he is, look.
There he is. This
There
guy's
he is.
desperate.
That's what he does when it's not December.
He wants to be on. Look
Yeah,
at him.
when it's
He
not
wants to
December,
be on.
that's what he does.
Yeah,
He walks around giving out presents at football.
he does.
I'm looking at him and I'm thinking.
Well, look, he can be in the fans then, right up.
Has he? No, he can't. Has he lost weight or is that a bigger shirt?
Wow.
Nice one,
that's-
Santa Claus.
that-
That's one for the comments.
That's a pod on itself. Yeah,
Yeah.
sign up. Put it in the comments. Right, cool. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Yes.